Hey everyone, it's Manav, and in today's video we're gonna be talking about these four brutal reasons why 99% of people will never make money online. And on, I'm not some like beginner or thing like trying to get views or whatever. You can go to my IG, like check some proof there, and like this is like a fitness client, like help him sign his first ever client. But whatever, like there are multiple testimonials here. Some from cold outreach, I will be honest, and some from are my clients. Basically, like I know my shit. So bro, like basically what happens is like when people create videos on topic like these, what happens is like either they go really broad and like they will say like like that you gotta take action, or they go really narrow that you don't even have to know. So which is why bro, like I have watched these videos all like all the time, and I've just compressed these things into like these four things that if you just like flip them, these are the only things that you would need to be successful and kind of make money online, right? And yeah, so like just people they say that like fix this or fix that. There's just like four things like you need in order to make money online. And first of them is like regulating emotions to your neutral frequency. So what happens is like like this is like the emotion chart, and what happens is like someday you wake up and maybe you don't want to work because um, because let's just say like you met with your friend yesterday, and like he told you about a girl he went on a date with last week, right? And so you would feel like, oh, I'm missing out on life, which is why let me just like DM some girls or like whatever, which is like because like your emotions got influenced after meeting your friend, right? So basically bro, like people say that that live in the state of happiness or live in the state of like sadness or whatever. But the thing is like both of these emotions are like they are temporary. So like like a person cannot be happy 24/7, a person cannot be sad 24/7. They can deliberately put themselves like some imaginable pressure to make themselves feel sad, but in reality like they are not. So bro, like my best suggestion would be like to just stay at neutrally, because like in all honesty you will wake up and you will have like millions of different reasons of why you should not work today, but you still gotta like control your emotions and almost be at a state of numb and just work, right? So yeah, just like sending outreaches and sourcing leads and all these things. um yeah, so like you just gotta stay in this state of neutrally. And yeah, so second thing is like short-term selfishness, not as simple as it might sound. So the thing is like bro, um the more people you meet, like you will be exposed to more opinions, and like it is just like a subconscious process. So like you will not be able to decode it consciously. So the more you meet people, the more you will like know about average world, and subconsciously you will just limit how much you can actually do, and you will limit your obsession, right? So if you are hanging out with guys who goes to college, come back, and like they're just like going on dates or like whatever, just like these things. So you're gonna compare yourself to that, and you will feel like, oh, I worked 2 hours today and I think like that is good enough, right? But in reality bro, like um you should almost be like that horse who has like I don't know what we call them, like, but maybe like blindfolds, not blindfold, but like whatever it is, like you get what I mean. So you almost gotta have these things where like you don't compare yourself to anyone. But and doing this, like you will have huge imposter syndrome. But for some time bro, like it is good for you to have it, so that you can just stay in your lane and work, right? So there are like bro, I would say like these are enough reasons for you to stay in isolation, not for long term, but just like for short term, till you actually start working and start making some money. And yeah, be selfish with your time till then, right? Next thing is like this psychotic repetition. Now the thing was like like I was the guy who thought that like we should wake up, read books, and watch courses, and like take some action maybe, and that is how we will make money. So like I have a bookshelf here on my right, and the thing is like it has like 22 books, and I have read 17 of them, right? And for the like in 2025 I probably have not read one single book, and the thing is like in this year I have made money. And the thing is like, bro, um when like I started getting replies, I started being around people who actually make money, I realized like they are a lot more dumb than they actually looks, right? And the thing is like, you don't really like need to be really wise and read books all the day or watch courses or like focus on these things like like setting up a website or like setting up your Instagram or whatever. All you need is just like sourcing leads and sending outreaches. So like whatever I told you, like setting up a website, reading books or whatever, for you at your current moment it is like a low leverage task. All you need is a one coach, and just follow them, follow their advice, and like occasionally watch their videos. And yeah, just wake up, source leads, send outreaches. And if you're not making any money yet, this is kind of a cheat code. Document it on white like YouTube. It really do helps you, make you stand out and really beat your opponent, right? So like, not many people do it, bro, but the ones who are doing it are really like doing a lot better than all these guys who are not doing it. So now this next thing is, bro, like knowledge versus action. So basically, like I told you that I was reading books, so my knowledge literally went above here. Like, I'm not saying like I'm kind of a saint or whatever, but I sure had a lot more information that I really needed, right? And my action was down here. And the thing was like, if you are someone like this, bro, like, this is the only reason like you will stay in the game for years and still not make money, right? Which is why like you gotta either match your knowledge with action or let action lead, you know and let your knowledge be a bit down, right? Because like at the end of the day, like you're always gonna feel like that you don't know enough, but the actual reason is like you're not just doing enough. And let's just say like like you signed a client. The thing is like, even if you have all the perfect knowledge, you will still be have doubt if I'm gonna deliver or not. And the only solution to that is like figuring it out on flying. So sign them, and after that figure out how to do it, right? And ironically, this is the key for cold outreach, the perfect mix of volume and value. Now let me go a bit off topic for a second here. A lot of people, what they do is like either they focus entirely on volume or they focus entirely on value, right? I have been both of them, right? I have been the guy who would send emails saying that, hey, you're doing anything with emails right now? And I have been the person who makes insane marketing funnels for guys as a free value, right? And both of them, like the value thing got me replies, but it never got me clients. And the thing is like, bro, you only get clients when you perfectly mix those two things in a way that like will get you replies and will book you calls, right? Because Alex Hormozzi maybe said this, that in the beginning your only goal is to like let people know that you exist, right? So this was like this psychotic repetition thing. And the last thing is like accepting that you will have to shed your skin, and like this is a snake. And basically, let me tell you the secret that I have not seen anyone talking about, right? Everyone have their own weaknesses, right? And the thing is like, before God really gives you your $1,000 or $10,000, he is actually gonna test you, right? He's gonna see if you can withhold it, right? So let's just say like for example, for a lot of people their fear is public humiliation. So let's just say like you send an outreach, and like you get a freaking negative reply, right? And it is completely possible, bro. Like even myself, I got like replies like frick off or whatever, and it's just like part of the game, and it's basically like you will have to face this like weakness of yours. The example I gave you, it is really light, but it is gonna be a lot more intense than you think, you know so like, and there is no exception in this scenario, like don't think that like you will get away for free. You will have to pay it, bro, like sooner or later, right? And even like like these high ticket coaches, let's just say like they make in what, like 10K per month. At one point, if they scale to like 6 figures, they will have to face their weaknesses or whatever, because business is just like personal problems reflecting in business, right? So they will have to like face it. And once you surpass that fear, only then you will get what you want, right? And by the way, if you're a high ticket coach, like you can book a call from description, first link in the description. You don't necessarily have to, but like if you're struggling with client acquisition, I would make sure that when you hop in a call, I will make sure, like either way we work together or not, just give you the best knowledge in, like the best next step in my personal opinion, right? And yeah, that was it for the video. If you like it, there is a button for it below, and you can subscribe for more content. And um, last thing, really important, if you have some topic in mind, drop it in the comment section, because like if I would have some knowledge around it, I would make sure that I create video on it, right? So yeah, that was it for the video. See you in the next one.